Hi, I'm Ola, and today I'm searching for the Metallica Master of Puppets guitar tone. Metallica, the metal band of metal bands. You cannot deny their importance and awesomeness. And according to me, still one of the best live bands there is. You go see a Metallica show, you know it's going to be awesome. Master of Puppets is considered being a complete milestone in metal music. And there's this old thing when a guitar player asks, how do I get better at downstrokes rhythm guitar playing? The answer is, play along to Master of Puppets and play everything using downstrokes. It's such a classic album, and it's the album I chose for my Metallica Tone Gear video. Yay! So I've investigated a fair bit about the gear that was used on the album for guitars. With this, like notes from the producer himself, pictures from the sessions, and so on. And from that, I've made somewhat of a rig that would correspond to what James used for rhythm for Master of Puppets. And the rig they use is not going to be an easy one to replicate. There are so many extra variables in what they were using at the time that it's basically impossible to recreate the exact same rig without spending a fortune with buying amplifiers and modding them, basically. But in this demo, I'm trying to get at least a little bit closer to the tone myself using gear I have at my disposal. So guitar-wise, around this time it seems like James was mostly using his Jackson V loaded with Seymour Duncan Invaders for the recording sessions of Master of Puppets. Now, both Kirk and James changed to EMGs on the tour cycle for Master of Puppets, but according to Flemming Rasmussen, who is the producer of this album, James recorded one side of the album with his guitar and the other side with Kirk's guitar, switching back and forth basically. So I can't say for sure what was used on the album, but amplifier wise they used a combo of an Mesa Boogie Mark II-C Plus slaved into a modded Marshall JCM 800. Now this Marshall JCM 800 was used on their previous albums but was modded to bypass the preamp section altogether. So they would use the attenuated line signal of the Mesa Mark II-C Plus and using the GCM as the power amp only. Microphone on the cabs is stated being an SM57 and a condenser microphone. A lot of these assumptions can be made by looking at Flemming Rasmussen's notes from Master of Puppets session from 1985. You can actually check them out yourself on his website and you can see the exact settings of the Mark II-C Plus in those papers. It's super awesome. So if you have the chance, go check out those notes. That's a piece of history right there. And 1985, I was 4 years old when that was recorded. And I'm 25 years old now. In today's video, I have a V guitar. It's not a Jackson V, but it's a Solar V. I have a Seymour Duncan Invader pickup loaded in here. I'm using this 9 to 42 Dr. Strings Dimebag set actually. The guitar is tuned to standard E, but I used a 435 Hertz setting on the tuner. It says in the notes that they were tuning using this frequency, so they did not use 440 standard E. So the album is actually slightly below 440 E standard. It's 435 Hertz, okay? Amp-wise, I have to compromise a bit to make this setup going, because obviously if I'm going to use a JCM 800 Marshall, I would have to mod it with an effects loop, since the amp actually never had an effects loop. But I have a Mark II-C Plus hooked up to my Hesu 2x12 cabinet with a V30 speaker and a T75 speaker. It's mic'd up with an SM58 Shure and a BeyerDynamic M160. I've set the controls on the amplifier exactly as on the studio session note for a battery. And obviously, I'm not using the same cabinet and speakers, but with this right here, I should be able to get pretty close to the tone. So let's go. I'm gonna crank a little bit up. All right, I'm not used to playing a V sitting down. Usually play him standing up, but let's just give it a try anyway. I forgot to mention, but I'm using a Boss noise suppressor in between the guitar and the amplifier. But other than that, this is all the Mark IIc Plus. It's funny to hear an amp this old being this awesomely tight for metal. There's just something about this tightness that you just want to thrash out, you know. Hola, butchering Metallica songs. This is not a natural position for me, so the down picking is really hard. Oh shit, oh, getting sweaty with all the down picking. Okay, let's tweak a little. Okay. I have to be careful not to hit the strings too hard. Just like on the album. Oh, that was the wrong band, but maybe that will be my next video. Oh, shit, it's a lot of fun to play through this amplifier, but I've always thought it was hard to play sitting down with the V. I mean, you can sit like this and hold it with your legs, but then you look like some sort of dork. I guess if you put it up like this, you can... But then you don't have anything to support this right here, so you kind of like sit like a fucking asshole. You have to put the neck out, which kind of looks cool, I guess. Oh shit on my face, man. Ooh. Alright, even before I started planning for this video, I knew for certain that just by using the Mark IIc Plus, I would be home with the Metallica rhythm tone. It's such a distinct tone, and it's been copied and used by others, like John Petrucci of Dream Theater, like I mentioned before. If you're a member of my channel, you can download these tracks that I've recorded, as well as the impulse response IR of this cabinet setup and microphone. If you have any suggestions for an upcoming tone and artist video, please let me know in the comment section. Okay, I'm Ola, and thank you so much for watching. Oh, I just released an instrumental solo album. It's not Metallica, but it's still pretty cool. Get it here. See ya. Thank you.